Smile was shit, bro. Today we are reviewing the brand new horror film Smile. I think it was a short film and it got funded and became a massive film.
Kind of like Lights Out. Sort of.
Yeah, Lights Out. Yeah, essentially the premise is.
Psych doctor, I think she is. She's like a psych doctor, like that.
She witnesses one of her patients who commits suicide. Because she's the one who witnesses it, she's now the next victim of the Smile demon. Very simple yet effective horror film. I would argue the best ones are.
Yeah. I really like the pacing of this one. I remember like going from scare to scare. It worked really well. It had a nice flow. There wasn't really a moment where I was like, okay, let's get back. It had a nice flow to it. I kind of liked the pattern of like it goes on people who has that trauma in their past and then has them witness this, so the demon can eat up on that trauma, trauma until it passes it on.
It's quite mind-warping as well. I like how they kept playing with like your emotions. Some really good jump scares, like some of the best jump scares I've seen in a while.
Yeah, you're talking about like the sister one.
I'm talking about there's one jump scare where that was good, but there's one jump scare where she's listening to voice recordings.
Yeah.
The whole cinema went. The whole cinema went because normally in horror films. You don't see anything. You just hear the recording and you're listening for like because they purposely weren't letting you hear what she was hearing because you're thinking, what's she hearing?
Yeah, and you're getting closer.
Bang! Oh my gosh!
So there were some good scares in this one, and also the whole like you never know what's real, what's not, like the therapist scene.
Like even with the dead cat, I thought that was all fake. I thought it was gonna cut back to her sitting in the chair being normal.
Yeah, it really kept you on the edge with that.
And that scream when she fell through the thing. That scream was haunting.
I might have laughed a little bit.
Yeah, it was haunting.
For me, it was mostly just the ending that I thought like it was nice lead up everything, and she was like, I got to face this. I really thought the film had like this theme to it, like it was like about trauma and you have to face your trauma,
like sending a message.
Yeah, and like even in the film it said you can't get rid of your trauma, but you have to learn to control it. I thought that's what she was going to do when she went to the house and all that, and it kind of seemed that way. But the conclusion of it, even though when she was talking to her, it's like, oh, you were scary, I couldn't do this anymore, blah blah blah. That was nice. I was like, okay, this is nice. This is a new type of ending for a horror film. It ended really quick, and I was like, okay, this isn't going to be
you just knew that wasn't going to be the ending.
This is not the ending. So when it flips back, and it turns out she never left in the first place. Most of all the other fake scenes where like you think she killed the random patient dude and all that. That was really cool because like, oh, she's banned with her morality and all that stuff. That was cool. This time it felt like, oh, this again. Like we're gonna get a typical. The demon ends up winning and the curse gets passed on. And I get it's like, this isn't like you were trying to say before, like this isn't like a open and closed thing. We're just getting a segment of like this.
What I was saying is like, essentially like, it's freaky in one sense because like Sinister, if you guys seen Sinister, there's no conclusion, you're not watching the conclusion to this demon story, it's just, you just happen to see a snippet of its journey. Which is quite scary and obviously it opens to sequels.
Yeah.
I think the ending just should have been a bit more eventful, man. I think, it did such a good job the whole time. Jump scares, mind warping, all this kind of stuff. I just think the ending, I know what they think. They think they've done a good thing, like, oh wow, look, we ended it without the conclusion and people are going to be scared.
Yeah.
I just think it should have left on something a bit more cool. I had an idea of potentially like both boyfriend and husband coming in at the same time, both watching her die.
And you don't know which one.
Something that leaves you thinking, you know what I mean? But
yeah, I just thought the ending could have been a bit more impactful for what I thought the film's message and themes were. But it's still a good film. I think.
Which is weird because normally horror films do stick endings pretty well. It's just the middle part is boring as shit.
Yeah,
but it's quite opposite. Right, but yeah, so we give it, I'd say about 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
I might give that 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10 because you have to remember it is a horror film and it's better than the average horror film. You know what I mean?
But yeah, it was a good film, a good horror film that you should watch if you haven't got the chance to. Leave your comments below what you thought of it. Give this video a like as well. We've been the Overall Nerds. Peace.